Thousands of Indian men leave the fields of Punjab to try to make their fortune in Britain. They pay human traffickers thousands of dollars to smuggle them from India to the UK. But when they arrive, this is what they get. Britain's economic downturn has left thousands of illegal workers in poverty. Hundreds are sleeping rough.
I would rather God took me, then I'd be okay.
For many, life on the streets is taking its toll. Where do you get the money from to buy
shoplifting, outside very cold, I can't sleep if I don't smoke drugs.
They're illegal, in Britain, and desperate to return home. But they're stuck in a bureaucratic no man's land. Punjab, one of India's richest states. They call it the food basket of India. Fertile soil has made Punjab a development success story. Its other big export has been its people. First decades after independence, hundreds of thousands of mainly Sikh Punjabis settled in the UK. Skilled and unskilled workers were encouraged to migrate to fill huge gaps in Britain's workforce. Today, the criteria they must meet for a British work visa is much tougher. But the desire to head to Britain is almost a way of life for every young Punjabi. They want wealth like this. Punjab's palaces dominate what were insignificant villages. They are holiday homes, built with the savings of first and second generation Indians that settled in Britain. This monument of wealth is being built by two brothers from Coventry. On the rooftops of these palaces, a tribute to the aeroplanes that took their grandparents or parents to the UK. They left this fertile land to earn greater wealth. 6,500 kilometres away in Britain. And it's that wealth that has inspired tens of thousands of young men from the farming communities to head to Britain to make their fortune. In fact, I've been told that in the villages here in the Jalandhar district, there's only a handful of young men left. Women and children are left to work the fields. Much of this land is being remortgaged to pay for the journey that the remaining young men here will soon make. They're not entitled to British visas. Locals call them Fojis, which means foot soldiers. In this context, a man without an identity, because he works abroad illegally. But the global economic climate has changed. Fojis already in the UK have warned them. They say there is no work there, and there's no point in coming, he tells me. But they're unwilling to believe things have changed in Britain. We still want to see what it's like for ourselves, I'm told. Just getting there involves certain risk. Villag has tried and failed. He tells me so-called agents arrange black market visas to Russia, continental Europe or Africa, where they are supposed to be picked up by traffickers.
First I went to Moscow. There were 3 of us. The agent said a man would meet us at the airport, but When we got there, nobody came, and we were stuck at the airport.
He has also been sent on wasted trips to Thailand, Germany, Vietnam and Nigeria.
They just wanted the money. I was conned.
Agents charge up to $15,000 for a visa and the services of traffickers. There are no refunds. In Delhi, we tracked down 3 Punjabi men who have paid huge sums of money to an agent who has promised to get them to Britain. So the 3 men have agreed to meet me in the room that they're staying. It's been provided by the agents, all part of the package. They live here and they stay here until the agent has the visas ready for them, and they've agreed to talk to me. Hello? Hi, I'm Chris. Hello. Hi. Hi, how do you do? So this is where you are sleeping? You all share this bed? Sukha, Jagger and Billa have been living here for over a month, waiting for their black market visas. Sukha is only too aware of the risks they're taking.
My family's already financially stretched. We've lost money already on agents. My hope is to get out there and make back the money that we've lost.
They tell me they hope to settle in Southall, in West London, a predominantly Asian area.
What I've heard and what my friends tell me is, our Punjabis are there. We'll have support. In other countries, we don't have our own people.
So it's the Punjabi community that is already in Britain that makes it attractive as well.
That's it. You think, well, a Punjabi is going to help a Punjabi.
Jagger, what do you expect when you get to Britain? How do you imagine Britain to be for you? I'll go there, and once I'm sorted, I'll bring my family over. First of all, I'll set myself up like other people have done. That's my dream. Traffickers are cashing in on their dreams. They will not warn India's Fojis that the economic downturn means Britain is no longer a land of opportunity. Sukha, Jagger and Billa hope to be here in a few weeks' time. It's known as Little India. This is Southall in West London. It's home to a huge South Asian population, one of the biggest concentrations outside India. Over the last 20 years, illegal immigrants from India have added to that population. But for new arrivals, life here is tough. From sunrise, hundreds of illegal immigrants descend on the train station car park, a regular pickup point for cheap, illegal labour. We filmed for hours. Only a handful of men were able to scramble for work. The good times for Fojis in Britain are over. A lack of work is pushing illegal workers into the very poverty they hope to escape. They live here, in Britain's 21st century slums. Across Southall, 2,500 poorly constructed buildings, hidden at the end of suburban gardens. They call them sheds with beds. Many built without planning permission, others converted garages. This is just one street, and on the end of each garden there are brick buildings like this one, all with windows and doorways leading to this alleyway, and they just go on and on and on. Inside, the accommodation is basic. It's all these illegal immigrants from Punjab can afford.
We can barely make ends meet. It's been 2 months and we've only worked 4 days. What can we do? We have to pay the landlords. There are 4 or 5 of us. It's so we clubbed together to pay it.
Their rent, a total of $1,200 a month. Punjabi landlords will risk housing illegal immigrants, but at an inflated price. They've been told not to open the door to anyone, in case they are local authority officials or immigration officers. But we got inside posing as volunteers. We brought them food and blankets. They complain of damp, cramped conditions, but what angers them most is being exploited by their own people.
Our people who are here legally, permanent residents, who've made homes here, they've paid for their houses because of us. Their mortgages are paid. They charge a high rent. Everyone who lives here is Punjabi.
Row after row of terraced houses are hiding sheds with beds in their gardens for illegal immigrants.